Boker Tov, everyone. Good morning. Sorry for the brief delay. There were some technological problems being able to stream this morning, but it is such a delight to be with all of you. So let us begin with the Moda Ani prayer for gratitude for this beautiful day. Thankful before you, living and enduring sovereign, for you have mercifully restored my soul within me. Great is your faithfulness. Now, this morning, we are getting toward the end of our 4th week of the Omer. And we've gone through waking up and attuning ourselves to the realities in our world, setting out on a journey, entering the wilderness. And for this past week, we've been embracing the unknown, something with which we've grown very familiar over this past year, and finding some of the blessings therein. But before we can dive in, let us say our blessing for this new day of the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sefirat ha'omer. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe, who sanctifies us with mitzvot and commands us concerning the counting of the Omer. Hayom shiva v'esrim yom shehem shlosha shavuot v'shishi yamim la'omer. Today is 27 days, which is 3 weeks and 6 days of the Omer. So before we dive in, I actually want to thank everyone who is here this morning. So for Sarah Gill, it's wonderful to see you. And now you're not on your way to school, right? Donald Leach, good to see you. Susan Goodman and Marla, great to see you guys. Tina and Diane, Michelle and Jay, Tom and Elliot. It is so lovely to be here with you. Good morning, Roz. Good morning, Riva. Thank you for being in sacred community. And for everyone who I don't see, but who is here present with us this morning, I'm so grateful for you as well. So today we're going to talk about some of the blessings that come from being in the unknown. We know that being in the unknown can be kind of a scary, kind of an unsettling place, that we don't know exactly what tomorrow will bring. We don't know exactly what is happening with COVID-19. The Israelites kept marching through that desert for 40 years of uncertainty. And yet, the sages teach that one of the most important symbols of our tradition, one of the most central teachings that we have, the central teaching that we have, could only have been given in the desert, Bamidbar. Numbers Rabbah teaches the Torah was given by means of, or within the context of 3 things: fire, rain, and desert. Now, the fire and rain, of course, relate to Mount Sinai and the giving of the Torah. But from where do we know that the desert played a role? It asks. And it says in Numbers 1:1, and God spoke to Moses in the Sinai desert. We know that Moses went up Mount Sinai. We know that that is where the Torah was given, in the midst of the desert. But the text continues. And why was the Torah given by means of, or within the context of, these three things? Just as these three things can be obtained for free by anyone in the world, so too the words of Torah are free. There is something that is very equal about being in the desert, because everyone is in a place of uncertainty. This uncertainty is part of our human experience. In the desert, no one knows anything. No one has more of a right to the Torah than anyone else. And of course, our final piece, another interpretation, why was the Torah given in the desert? Anyone who does not make himself ownerless, like the desert, cannot acquire the Torah. There's a kind of humility that comes with being in the wilderness or the unknown, a kind of just acceptance of the way that things are. There's this idea that there is nothing so whole as a broken heart, right? That when we go through a period in our lives that can humble us, that can open us up, it allows us to be most whole, most accepting, most receptive to revelation, to the beauties and the messaging and the knowledge of our world. And so there is such power here, I think, that we fear the unknown. We fear that which is uncomfortable. And yet, it is the place of the greatest growth. It is the place where we as Israelites moved from former slaves to being a nation brought together through Torah, through Shabbat, through shared community. I hope that when we are in places of the unknown, we can find the blessings therein. And indeed, this past year, as we've been dealing with the pandemic, I think in a lot of ways we have. We have come together. We have more people signing in and being a part of Shabbat services than have been in many, many years in our community, because we've needed to connect, we've needed to find meaning, we've needed to make sense of the unknown. And I think that these are blessings that hopefully will have reverberations that are positive ones in all of the years ahead. And so today I'd like to leave you with this question. When you have allowed yourself to rest into not figuring everything out, what has unfolded for you? What have been the unexpected gifts of the unknown? Tomorrow we will be concluding this fourth week of the Omer, and I look forward to hearing a little bit more about what that's like, what that's been like for all of you. But before we do that, I'd like to just end with a Misha Barak prayer for everyone in our hearts and everyone in our community who is in need of any kind of healing. Please join with me in Lisa Levine's version of this prayer. Misha Barak Avotenu, Avraham, Yitzchak, v'Yaakov. Misha Barak Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, v'Rachel. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your home. fill us with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi sheperach avotenu, mi sheperach imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. I hope everyone has a wonderful Shabbat, filled with beauty, filled with inspiration, and filled with love. Today at 10 a.m., everyone is invited to come onto Zoom for Torah on and off the trails. Whether you pick a trail of your own, you offer or you join us from your backyard or even your kitchen table, everyone is invited to be there. At 5 p.m., we will also have meditation with the one and only Pam Tarlow. And at 7 p.m., we will join together for Havdalah to bid farewell to what I hope will be a really meaningful Shabbat day. Have a wonderful, wonderful Shabbat. I look forward to seeing you later.